The Harivamśa Purana, Chapter 12. Kamsa's ultimate demons, Arishtasura. Time waits for no one, and in the case of Kamsa it was even more true. The miraculous feats of the God incarnate Lord Krishna spread rapidly in the land of Bharata, especially since the God of all celestials bowed to Lord Krishna. People all over the land accepted that the being known as Krishna is some divine creature. This rumor made its way to the ears of Kamsa, and when Kamsa heard of this, he commanded Chanura, his chief of staff, to appear before him. Chanura, tell me how a little child can hold up a mountain and withstand the onslaught of the great Devendra, the ruler of the celestials, asked the king of Mathura. Dear Lord of Mathura, a child with the help of a magician can easily perform such illusions. Do not delve into the pit of despair and fear on hearsay and rumors. Do not forget that even Devendra is afraid of your wrath should you exercise it, comforted Chanura. The words of comfort brought some peace to the tyrant. Perhaps the vile child of Vasudeva is, as you speak, a trickster and nothing more. Go now and send Arishta, the bull, to kill him, said Kamsa. The bull? Your Majesty, Arishta is difficult to control. Even by me, he is difficult to contain. I hear he just trampled to death a group of sages engaged in the worship of Mahavishnu, said Chanura with a sense of foreboding apprehension. No, Chanura, I do not want to take any chances. I am done with the little witches and the ogres. Arishta is known for massacring entire villages with his hooves. The bull leaves no lives. He relishes in death, goring and trampling anyone who defies me, said Kamsa. He listens to my command. I sense you fear Arishta. Do not fear him, Chanura, as you are my servant. Arishta will not dare harm you. Arishta hates Mahavishnu just as much as I do. So go forth and command him to trample the child Krishna to death. Go now, said Kamsa with a firm and commanding tone. Chanura swallowed and took a deep breath. As you wish, my lord. Chanura left Mathura the very day and began searching for Arishta. Rumors and spies told Chanura that a big demonic creature was prancing around a nearby forest, having killed a large group of mortals engaged in pious activities. Chanura made his way to that forest. As soon as Arishta heard the footsteps of Chanura, he began charging towards him. With each hoof the earth quaked, and Chanura had to muster all his courage to stand perfectly still and hope that the mad bull will not trample him. The bull's horns were sharper than the thinnest blade, but thicker than that of an elephant's tusk. As soon as Chanura saw Arishta, he stood firm and his eyes were locked on the blood-red eyes of the bull. Much to his pleasure, Arishta slowed down from a stampede to a small trot. I am Chanura, devoted servant of Kamsa, your master. I urge you not to slaughter me. The bull stopped in its place and looked at Chanura. Speak, servant of Kamsa. What brings you to this forest? Said the bull. The vile creature Mahavishnu, whom we all hate, has incarnated, not far from here, in the form of a little boy, and he has promised to kill your master Kamsa, the very Kamsa who cared for you and provided you with mortals to slay for your pleasure, said Chanura. On hearing the word of Mahavishnu, the bull winced and growled. Then it rubbed its right foreleg on the ground, taking deep breaths and lifting its front two legs. Before Chanura could say anything else, the bull charged towards Brindavana at terrific speed. Chanura, relieved he no longer had to face the bull, made his way back to Mathura, not envying Lord Krishna or the citizens of Brindavana. The bull should finish the job, he thought, as he approached the city's gates. Arishta sped at the speed of wind to the village of Brindavana, all the while thinking how he would slaughter its citizens and relishing in the thought of committing such a mass murder. He decided that he won't leave anyone alive, just to be sure. He could see the tops of the village on the horizon and sped faster and faster towards the village of Brindavana. The villagers of Brindavana had begun to fear Lord Krishna for all the might and miracles he performed. It was not a common sight to witness a mere lad lifting a mountain for several days, defying a king of serpents and slaughtering vicious ogres and demons. Their fear started becoming evident to Krishna as they trembled before him. Krishna, however, assured them that he will always be their friend and protector. Anyone who worships me will be protected by me. This is my word, said the little Krishna, much to everyone's awe and wonder at how a little child can say with such conviction. Arishta reached the village and trampled down the first house, and the inhabitants fled in every direction. Krishna was seated on a fence, lazily kicking his lower foot against it, while playing his favorite instrument, the flute, as the villagers screamed in fear of the bull approaching them. The villager approached Krishna and told him about the bull. Krishna leapt from the wall he was seated in and went looking for the bull. After seeing the bull, Lord Krishna charged and hurtled towards it. Arishta was astonished to see a little boy running towards him. In all his experiences of terrorizing innocent civilians, they usually ran away from him. The bull stopped for a moment, huffed and puffed some air while rubbing its right foreleg on the ground and creating a thick fog of dust behind it. It locked its vision on the little boy running towards him and lowered its horns and prepared to gore and trample him. Arishta mustered all his strength and stampeded towards the boy. But Lord Krishna did not slow down. Instead, he gathered more speed as he hurtled towards the bull Arishta. Lord Krishna locked his wrist on the bull's horns as he and Arishta collided together. Then the two attempted to push the other. Arishta, stunned to see a mere mortal, that too a little human with such tremendous strength, to push a bull whose tonnage far exceeded that of any ordinary bull. Arishta tried with all his might to move the little Krishna, but despite his supernatural effort, he couldn't budge the little boy. Krishna, on the other hand, began to push the bull back with his prowess, and as he did, Arishta lost balance of his hind legs. As Arishta began stumbling, Krishna lifted the mighty bull by the horns and began spinning the several-ton bull in the air. He then slammed the bull hard on the ground, causing a massive earthquake, killing Arishta instantly. The heavens poured flowers from the sky on the little 9-year-old as the villagers all gathered around the little boy, and some of the villagers lifted him on their shoulders, celebrating the death of the vile bull demon. Such hatred for the mighty Mahavishnu, such anger. Why, my dear teacher? Asked the King Janamejaya. My lord, The forces of evil are at a constant battle with the forces of good. The Lord Mahavishnu is the ultimate force of good, protecting the virtuous and loving the peaceful. He creates chaos for evil beings, a chaos which caused misery in the lives of the evil beings, and in time they have come to hate everything he represents, everything he stands for. That is why we worship him. That is the purpose of our obeisances. By worshipping someone, we strive to emulate their ideals and follow in their footsteps, said the Raja Guru as Janamejaya nodded in agreement.